Justice Binta Nyako, federal government in shock as Nnamdi Kanu gives condition to continue trial. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 17th of April 2024, and I have a breaking information for every one of you listening to me right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. I do not want to talk too much. Rather, let me go straight and read the news in details. And as you can see, I will be reading from one of the Zoo media outlets, Daily Post. And according to their headline, they said, Nigeria government kicks as Nnamdi Kanu lists conditions for resumption of trial. This is just a couple of minutes ago, as at the time of recording this very news at the Federal High Court, Abuja. They said, the federal government has kicked against conditions submitted by the 10th leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, for the resumption of his trial. For the resumption of the trial of all Biafrans. Yes, because once Nnamdi Kanu goes to the court, Biafrans at large, 70 million Biafrans go to court at the same time with him. So I'm not talking about those who share him, at the court premises. No, I'm talking about what he represents and what he carries as the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. Once he's in court, all Biafrans are on trial. While all of us outside keep fighting, as we are fighting for our freedom, we are also fighting for his release. Now, they continue. During the hearing on Wednesday at the Federal High Court, Abuja, Kanu agreed to acceleration of prosecution of the charges against him on the ground that his conditions are met. The IPOB leader, through his lawyer, Barrister Aloye Jimako, listed 3 conditions that must be met before the trial could resume. Among others, he demanded that the bail granted him earlier be restored to enable him prepare for his defense. He claimed that the bail was erroneously revoked based on a false and fraudulent claim of the federal government. Kanu also requested that the setting aside of the arrest warrant issued against him based on allegations by the government that he had jumped bail and escaped out of the country. He also demanded that his lawyer must be permitted to have unhindered access to him as required by law. The Biafra agitator said that he would be willing to face accelerated trial once the conditions are met. The federal government, through its counsel, Adeboroja Awomolo, they called him Adeboyega, but I call him Adeboroja Awomolo San, asked the court to reject the conditions on the ground that they are frivolous, vexatious, irritating, and baseless. You see, and they called him San. Anyway, he's working for his pocket. He's working for his pocket, and of course, he is a saboteur. Unbelievable. From the south as well, who should be standing for the people, not for the Zoo government. Anyway, there's no difference between him and other criminal politicians that we have here in the southern part of the Zoo. The senior lawyer said that the court had earlier rejected the bail application, and as such, the court cannot overrule itself. Awomolo argued that the only option open to Kanu is to go to the Court of Appeal to challenge the rejected bail request. He wants Nnamdi Kanu to go to the Court of Appeal to challenge the rejected bail request because they know very well that they have nothing against Nnamdi Kanu. The Zoo is aware that Nnamdi Kanu has committed no offense known to law. The only offense that he committed, which the law is not aware of, is that he demanded for the freedom of his people. That is the offense. To the eyes of the Zoo government officials, it is a crime to their own eyes. But in the eyes of the law, Nnamdi Kanu commit no crime because the law, both locally and internationally, permit every individual or a people the freedom of speech, the freedom of organization, the freedom of free movement, and the freedom of decision for you to decide what you want to do with your life. Did you get that? The freedom of association, very important. You can decide, okay, from today, I do no longer want to associate with the zoo. The law says you are right to do so. So, what is that thing that Nnamdi Kanu commit? No crime. I have a video to show you. I want you to stick around. Now, African Charter Article 20. Go and read from 1, 2, and 3. He stated it very, very clear that every oppressed people have the right to be free, have the right. In fact, it called it liberation struggle. And when you go and check the real meaning of liberation struggle, it also requires you to carry arms and defend yourself. That is the liberation struggle. So they know. This criminal lawyer called Adeboroja Awomolo, or whatever they call him, is aware, because they called him son. He knows that Nnamdi Kanu commit no crime. That instead, the zoo government is the one who actually committed crime against Nnamdi Kanu, just like as Barrister Nemeke Ejiofor. That if the zoo government or the zoo as an entity is a human being, should be in jail at this period for committing a crime of kidnap against Nnamdi Kanu. He stated it categorically clear, and that is pure. That is the truth. You cannot hear any other or a better truth than that. Yes. So this Adeboroja is aware that Nnamdi Kanu commits no crime. That's why they are now asking him to go to appeal court, because they know that going to appeal court will buy them more time for them to continue to oppress Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon, to see if he will finally, give up one day and say, I know they do again. That's what, in fact, that is the only, when you hear negotiation, the only negotiation they are negotiating with Nnamdi Kanu is to persuade him to drop Biafra, believing that if he drops Biafra today, that Mazi Simon Ekpa will be handicapped. And the people who are doing this are the so-called Southeast politicians. Mad people everywhere. Now, they said here in conclusion, they say, meanwhile, further hearing is ongoing before Justice Binta Nyako. Now, we are going to bring to you how everything is going to end, maybe before the end of today. Now, I don't want to talk too much. I just want to play a particular video that is already in circulation for you to watch and see how Nnamdi Kanu arrived to the court. And of course, some people gather to pray for him and, exchange pleasantries. So watch the video and make it go viral.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Or after the court case? Can I pass, please? Thank you. I'm recording. Tell Bobo. Okay. How is it?
Just 2 minutes privately.
No camera, no camera. Came and used it last time.